Hello, today I'm going to do a flip of my B5, which is a composition book, and just show you what I did. I have never filled a notebook faster, and I'm just going to show you. The rules are the same rules that Linda Berry has in her book called Syllabus. Um, so we don't make fun of each other, we don't point out each other's flaws, we just enjoy what we did. So this was no rules, and it's got so many mistakes in it, and I'm just going to show that vulnerable side and hope that you enjoy it. So this is the Cody cover, and FYI, this is the number 9. It will be available in January, so in all kinds of leathers. I think I have like 14 different ones and 3 different designs for the B5 size, so look forward to that. So let's get started. On this side, I have the number 8 pocket configuration, and I really like it. I have Peerless watercolors, which are really great. They work really well on the composition paper. I have a little card for cutting washi tape. I have a ruler, and I have like a little thank you card in case I need to write a thank you card to someone. And then I put in this pen loop, and it works great. I really like it. It was super cheap and it works great. So, and then over here is a pocket that I made, and I have all kinds of stuff. I have this little card that I made, and I just put the lyrics to let's see, what is it, Lean on Me, I think, to one of the verses on there. And then this is the index. I haven't finished filling it out yet, but I have plenty of room over here on this side to do that. And then there it is on that side. This is things to do in a composition book or any notebook. You can do that in any notebook. But here are some things to do. Excuse me. I think I came up with 94, and I have room for plenty more. And then I just kind of started off by just putting stuff on the page and writing, I love quotes. You're going to see a lot of quotes in here. And yeah, so these are notes I had for some lives that I did, and more notes, for like a little workshop that I took. And then this is called an X page, I believe. It's in Linda Berry's syllabus book. So if you don't have that, you should probably pick it up because it's super good and I really enjoyed it. So this was just a little writing exercise that I did. And you start with a spiral, and then you answer a bunch of questions over here, and then you write the story. So that's what I did. And this is a poem by Emily Dickinson. And these are pages directly from the book Syllabus. And this is Linda Berry's art style right here. And I just copied them and put them in my notebook. This is my personal notebook, so I'm not selling it. You should definitely pick up that book if you like to journal and you want to write better in your journal. I highly, highly recommend it. It takes a minute to get used to because it's all hand illustrated by her. And once you get used to it, though, it's a gold mine. Gold. Highly recommend it. And then I was doing the 5-minute diary, which is like this layout here that she suggests. And I did it a few times. I really like it. My issue with it is that I am hard of hearing. So to put something I heard someone say down every day was really difficult for me because I don't often hear what people say. It was really, really hard for me to keep this part of it up. And I'm an all or nothing kind of a person. So if I couldn't do this part, then I felt like I shouldn't do it at all. So I eventually quit doing it. And these are just doodles. Doodle. Nothing special. Just working on stuff. I really love Celtic braids. So I punish myself regularly by trying to do them. And these are all just little doodles of a home that I remember when I was 7 years old. And then this is another 5-minute journal. It's just a different layout, and they're a lot of fun. I highly recommend that. And then this was a name tag from a ladies get together that I went to, and some floral doodles. And again with the 5-minute journal. And this is another home that I had when, you know, in my childhood that I try to remember. And another 5-minute journal. And this was like just like an idea that I had for doing like an envelope style with a quote on it. And it turned out great. I really like it. And then this is a napkin that I fused onto the page using cling wrap. So it's not decoupage, it's cling wrap. So, and then one of the Linda Berry exercises is to trace she wants you to trace a demon. I didn't want to trace a demon, so I found a Care Bear because that was from my childhood, and I traced a Care Bear, and it bled through to the other side, so I traced it again and colored, no, a marker. Yeah, this is a marker on this side. I just didn't color it on this side. And then again, there's a botanical line drawing book that I have, and it teaches you how to like draw different botanicals. So I was going through and practicing those. And then I got a set of watercolor pens from TJ Maxx, and I wouldn't buy them, so I wouldn't recommend. And then I had to cover up the page. So this paper is very thin and it bled through to the other side, and I had to cover it up. So I found this page from Daphne's Diary, I think it's called, and I put it in here to cover up the bleed through. And then again with the 5-minute journal thing, I was trying really hard to make it work every day, and it was very challenging. But more doodles. And another poem by Emily Bronte. She's one of my favorites. I really love poetry by her, so I copied it down, and then I kind of doodled in this, and I added the holly here, and then like roses because I love roses. So, but there it is. And then there's a creator on YouTube that I think her name is Melissa or Melanie. I'm not exactly sure. But she cuts letters out of strips of paper, and I thought that was kind of cool, so I tried it, and I had the song stuck in my head, lavender's blue, dilly dilly, lavender's green, and I did it in pink, and then I printed out roses are red in blue. So I don't know, I was just feeling silly that day. And then I wrote some of it here, and then I wrote the definition of dilly. I thought dilly meant silly because they kind of rhyme and it just kind of sounds like that, but it doesn't. It means one that is remarkable or extraordinary, as in size or quality. So if somebody calls you a dilly, take that as a compliment, because it is. It's a compliment. And then this was just a rub-on, and I rubbed it on there because I wanted the roses. And this, I stuck my hand in by accident in the gold stamp pad, and I had it all over my fingers right here, and so I got my whole hand in the stamp pad and stamped it here. And then I had seen in one of my Bible journaling books, somebody had done something similar to this with a handprint, and I found this verse, Isaiah 49:16 says, behold, I have engraved you in the palms of my hands. And that's God talking to the Israelites, and I thought that was just such a beautiful verse, so I put it there. So I love this page. And then I had collected some fall leaves before the snow came and stole it from us, and I wrote this little verse to go with it. And yeah. And I had an eraser sitting near me, so I drew it, and then I put a quote that kind of went with the eraser. I feel like the page is done once I put a border on it, then it's done, and I don't want to add any more to it, so I like to do that. And then this is the ABCs of Faith. So I wrote that out, and there's a Bible verse for each one. This is just a little quote. This stain here is raspberry tea, and I wrote it right there so I wouldn't forget, because I thought, because the raspberry tea is very, very red in the cup, I thought that it would be very red, but it wasn't. It turned out kind of green, grayish green. And then again, just a sketch, and I wrote out November here because I wanted to see it, and I drew a little scene. And then this page here, oh, I'm gonna have to tape that back in, but this page here is just like a bunch of like ephemera. Here I tried some frottage, and here are my list of Hallmark keepsake ornaments. I think I only have 5 left to get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 left to get. And then I'll have the whole set dating back to the time my husband and I first met. So yeah. And this is a decoupaged napkin on there. And more quotes and more doodles. And I mostly use the same pen for most of this. I didn't change pens very often. It's just a ballpoint pen. This is washi tape, and this is watercolor mixed with washi tape. Another 5-minute journal page, but as you can see, I didn't hear anything, so I couldn't do it, and that, I don't know, it all has to be complete or nothing is going to be complete. This is a poem called, Time Wishes, and this is one I wrote. Don't be impressed with it. There's nothing to be impressed about, but it's just how I was feeling right then. And this is a poem by Jack Judy A. Campbell. And then this is just me writing out the alphabet and doodling and washi tape. And this here is watercolor on the bottom of my cup that I put the cup in and then stamped it on there, basically. And this is a thank you note. We had one of our vendors come and visit us, and she wrote the nicest thank you note. I didn't want the page to be completely blank, so I covered it in washi tape. And then I saw a meme on, I don't know, somewhere, and it had something similar to this, so I did something similar because I liked it. And this is a poem by Emily B. These stars, I learned how to cut stars out of paper, and so I glued them in here, and then I drew stars around and painted them. This is all watercolor. So, and then it bled through. This watercolor bled through, and so I had to cover it up. So I took a piece of cardstock and I put it on here, and I made this interactive thing here from one of the teaching websites. And yeah, I totally took it from, it's a free download from one of the science websites. And then I taped these down so that, you know, because it goes with it, because there's a butterfly. And then this is all watercolor, and that's a rub-on. So, and then here's my left hand, and a quote by Faye Neeland. And this is a little paper doll thing done after the Gorgeous Girl style. And yeah. And then my grandma's cheesecake recipe. I had 2 for some reason. This is the actual recipe here, and I don't know where I got that one and why it said grandma. Maybe it was for a different grandma. I don't know, but that's grandma's cheesecake recipe. Let's see. This is all of the stamps that I had. I just sat and stamped that out one day. So these are Superior watercolors, and I tested them there, 18 of those colors. And then these are all the ink pads that I had around me at the time. These are my Tombow marker swatches. These are wood-free colored pencils, and these are Crayola markers. So, and then this also came from Daphne's Diaries, and I just colored it because it wasn't colored, so I colored it. And this is an envelope, and I made it out of a heart-shaped doily, and then I added all of these elements onto it. The stamp, that, everything. It was totally blank, and then I added that, and then I have a picture of me and my dog, and a picture of my dog, and I still miss him very, very much. And if you've ever had a dog like Max, or any dog at all, and they're no longer with you, then you know how I feel. I still get teary-eyed thinking about it. This was a card that a realtor sent to us, and I cut it up and highlighted my county, which is Spokane County here, and I kind of wrote about how long I've lived here and put some stickers on there and a quote that I liked and another quote that I like and some doodles. This is colored with the Peerless watercolors here, and as you can see, they don't bleed through, but there's more of them right here, and you can see that they don't bleed through on this side, and there they are on that side. So this is just something that I stamped this, and then I stamped the words inside, and yeah. And I got a new pair of boots because my old boots for winter were super old and not looking very good and not keeping my feet warm anymore. So I got a new pair. People are okay. And then just another quote that I liked, and this is Peerless watercolors swatches here, and also Peerless watercolor swatches here. And then this is the bookmark, little butterfly, origami butterfly bookmark. And another quote that I liked, this one happened to be by Play-Doh. And then these are just stickers, they're washi tape stickers that I have, and this is actually a piece of label that I stamped on, so yeah. And then this is, I don't know, more butterfly. And then this page here, I don't know, I just added paint and made a pocket, and I have a couple of things. This is a Bible verse on an envelope, and then another give thanks unto the Lord for he is good card. And more doodles. And between the doodles, because there's this page of doodles, and this is 50 doodles with Shada Campbell, and highly recommend her. She has so many wonderful tutorials on YouTube, highly recommend. And so between these two pages, because this is a page that I doodled, and I doodled this with her while on the video, and then a couple nights later I doodled this on my own. And between there is some journaling that I did, but I'm not going to share it. And then this is Thanksgiving Day. It was just the three of us. And then some things that I'm thankful for, and a doll with her doll is a little drawing that I did, kind of fashioned after the Gorgeous Girls style, and another quote. And then I was doodling on this page, and I had drawn like that, and then I had drawn this, and it kind of looked like a fingerprint. And then I asked the question, what do God's fingerprints look like? So does he even have fingerprints? But I came to the conclusion that God's fingerprints can be found all over his creation, and that's kind of like what this is here. So, and then I added Jack's footprint, Romeo's footprint, Mark's thumbprint, my thumbprint, and Julia's thumbprint, and just put them on that page. And this is more of the floral style thing with another quote. I have lots of quotes, and I drew a cup, and then I had that quote there, and then I liked this card. I picked this, I think, up at Dollar Tree. It's a Hallmark card, and I put a picture of our tree in it, and then kind of journaled a little bit about it, and more of how our holidays are going to look this year, and just another drawing, and Things I Wish to Never Lose by Yasmin Lascom, and I put that on there. And then this art is by Christian Scholl. I'm not sure how to say that, but yeah, so I want to make sure give them credit. I don't know who did this art, but I did copy this and put it in here. So yeah, these are printed on labels, and clear labels, and then just put in, and that's why you can see the lines right through. And then these are Romeo and Jack. That's Romeo, that's Jack, and Romeo's 13, Jack is 2. And then here's Max. He died at 12 years, 6 months. And the love of my life, that guy is. And this was like another graphic thing that I saw and decided to copy down into my journal because I liked it so much. And this is a poem, and it's kind of long, and it's by Tabula Hunter, I think. And then I put this picture in there by Juksu Lee. And I apologize if I murdered that name. This is more of the paper cutting. And I just cut them up and pasted them on. This was a night that I did avocado dye paper. And that's what it looks like. So I did a coffee filter and some cheesecloth and a regular piece of paper, and I just did this collage. So yeah, this is a long quote. Yeah, so anyway, and this is another label picture, and this is a quote by Ariana Huffington. I needed to be reminded of that. And then these are old book pages, and I just printed graphics over top the book page, and I kind of like the way it turned out, and I'm gonna definitely do it again some other time. And yeah, and then this is a pen test page, and then this page here is an envelope, and inside is some private stuff that I don't want to share. And the same here, more private stuff that I don't want to share. And same here, more private stuff that I don't want to share. But that's it. That's the flip. That's the journal. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.